A lovely day to you all the lovers of freedom, all the patriots. A lovely day to you all, as many of you that are tired of living in a bad society. A lovely day to you all, as many who have sympathy for humanity. I'm your brother, your friend, your uncle, your cousin. In whichever space I'm occupying your heart, COMRADE the ARCHBISHOP of ACTIVISM, the hero for democracy and ambassador for good governance. We are at it again. The quest for a better society, or a gene that we need in our society, is not going to be gotten by we folding our hands. Rather than we need to rise up to speak against all manner of things that is not happening well in our society, particularly in the area of governance. And again, the kind of life we are living with each other, a lot of things need to be changed. So we are going to be breaking it again as usual. Please, if you are watching, do not hesitate to share among your friends. Just share among your friends. Today being on the 24th of February, Thursday, 2022. Please, for most of you that always want to reach us, our phone number is +34 631 056 284. Our phone number is +34 631 056 284. So you can always get us through that very number. What's happening now? Why is this thing popping up? So if you are watching, please kindly just share. You know, as I always tell you, we are in this together. Not because of this problem, that's just my real heart to you. That's how real I am to you. So please, if you are watching, and for those of you who cannot comment, make sure you always clicking love and like. You also help promote the video. You also help to promote the video, and you also help to enable the video to go viral. If people can be promoting SAG, if people can boldly in the public identify themselves with some person that promotes shenanigans. So what about you that is in the platform whereby freedom is being preached? The reason why we are inconveniencing them today because our word is real. And it's tormenting the camp of the enemy, ancient of days. This sea is rough today. As many that want to kill me for the truth I'm saying, accepting the way your will is in heaven, you never want it to be like that, to be on earth like that. They will succeed. If your will in heaven, you want it to be on earth like that, according to what you read in the book of Matthew 6. You said we are going to pray like this, our Father who art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name, that will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Anyone that wants to make sure that the will of God is not done on earth the way it is in heaven, the way this sea is rough today, so they will be rough. As many people who carry my name, I don't care who they are. You say because I'm speaking the truth, fighting for the poor, fighting for a better society. As many, wherever place you mention my name, your children's life will be troubled. The way you cherish your children, so my mom, my children and my siblings also cherish me. The way the sea rough today, as many of you, accepting I'm not doing the will of God. If I'm doing the will of God, who does it? The ancestors of our land. Wake up and stood by me and fight every Goliath who never want me to succeed in this activism. They will go down for me to rise. Please, as we are going forward, as we are intensifying our activism, so these people, they are making a lot of preparations to bring down their head. They will use their children to pay for it. They will use their children to pray for it. If you are there, they are sending, planning to do me anything or anything about me. Your children will go down before you. You will use your hand to bury your children. Accepting what I need is for myself. But if it is for the people, how it is being written down in the word of God, when we shall see. So if you are watching, do not hesitate to share. Thank you very much for that. For those of you that say amen, you will never be troubled in your life. And as usual, we are going to be introducing the topic to you. We are not selfish with that. We will introduce the topic as usual. Please, before that time, if you have not shared, make sure you do your sharing. My next prayer for you that today that you are well in all your ways. That's my next prayer for you, that you are well in all your ways. Please, if you are watching, don't hesitate to share. Do not hesitate to share. And for most of you, there is a lot of misconception today. You know, before we left home, they say traveling is a part of education. And the education you get from traveling is that you are able to see the differences between where you are, where you travel to, and where you are coming from. For me today, I have a very huge passion for the land where I came from my state of origin, from my ancestral home, and from my country. The education I've gotten is that there's no place like home. So that's what prompted me up. That ever since I started this activism, I don't play with it. If I tell you today you are Gerard, tomorrow I'm still going to repeat the same thing. So, and I urge every one of us to have the same lax minds for your society. No place like home. We are in another mass country, paying taxes here, struggling to pay bills. You have a house in your country, some of you have 8 flats. Even the landlord that is talking to you anyhow today, you rent a house from. Look at your assets in Nigeria. Look at what you are able to amount to, how you have hustled. Most of us, we sell ourselves, we do a manner of things. Why do we intend to go into those things? We go into those things because we want to change the narrative of yesterday. But because the society will not even make you one day to enjoy the fruit of your labor. That's why people like me have studio. I'm not here to start insulting anybody. I don't like it that I'm even insulting you. I don't like it. I'm not born with it. But when it comes to at least a non-one, you are being, you are Ohen or you are or Kako of URHONIGBE or whatever, Olotu or whatever. What you are expected to do, protect the society, lay down a good principles, lay down a good name. Whatever thing you are doing, if it is being verified tomorrow, people will say, Ogamena. We cannot continue like this. The person's house you rent today, you were born great more than the person's. None of us that build out today, you can go home freely and live. But here we are. People sacrifice a lot for their society they are living today. They sacrifice their life. Most of us today will become enemy to some useless person in our society. Why? Because we just want the will of God be done on earth the way it is in heaven. That's just the differences here. And you want your own will to be done, and your own will is not the will of God. So that's where the problem lies. Allow the will of God to be done. So if you allow the will of God to be done, I don't think we should be having problems. There should not be problem. Okay, look at here right now. Despite saying nowhere caban all day. Road is no longer a problem. Security is no longer a problem. If any person will find you trouble now, go report them for station. You don't be saying maybe you want me the person die. Just go report and make them help you call and please leave this person alone. They go help you warn them. But in our society, people threaten you. They want to kill you. They want to do this. They want to do that. How long do you think we are going to continue in such a mess? How long do you think we are going to continue that? Please, I'm still trying to do my share. And that is not where I'm going. Where I'm going to today, you will like it. Most of you will love me the more because I go to a realm where nobody have ever been. I go to a realm where I play Mama. And there's a question a lot of people have been asking me ever since one pastor should face a video in social media. You know, in life, it's good to be a critical thinker. The problem that most of us have that we are not critical thinkers. That's the problem that we have. That's the problem that most of us have. We are not critical thinkers. And am I critical thinkers, man? So please, if you are watching, do not hesitate to share. Just share as you are watching. And let's begin to go there right now. Wow, we cannot share to WhatsApp. So, that's that. Introduction to the topic. And the remaining 15 minutes, we are going to use it to achieve something today. We're going to be using the remaining 15 minutes of this very broadcast of 1 hour plus. Breaking it, enemy within, you are created to create. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. When in the book of Genesis chapter 1 verse 1. Now, some persons since yesterday, there is this one black pastor who talked about God does not live in heaven. The thing, they make a lot of people head the bust. You find out that people that think what is written down about God, you have the right to question it. Now, in the book of Genesis chapter 1 verse 1, it says, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. I'm not going to be elaborating on it much. I want every one of us to go and reason it. Because right now, me, I'm fighting the blood. The reason why you must have to stop using the blood. And another person right now came out to also open our understanding. Genesis chapter 1 verse 1. He said, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And where was God when he created the heavens and the earth? That to say, get the way God today. God is everywhere. God does not have a specific domain. God does not live in GROA. He lives around you. That is why the Bible says our God is a spirit. Everyone that must worship God in spirit and in truth. So you can see that a lot of things that people are not really focusing their attention on. We are here to become eye opener. We open your eye. Please, I'm always seeing two persons clicking love and like. Let not be wicked. At least love and like button should be on your phone. Love and like button should be on your phone. This is everybody's business. It's not my business. Maybe I'm in Nigeria. Even maybe we're me. What will even prompt me one day? They are gone. I can choose to live here the rest of my life. I was able to be the one being happy, but I'm still touched about it. If I gave instruction here, I not say me you go die. Let your hand bring a love and light button, or you exit this place. What the need of you being here if you are not going to be helpful? Our page is seriously under attack, and the only thing that can free that you are not trying to tell Facebook where this program is interesting. That's the reason of love and like. I not say me you like waiting and they say. At least allow the video to stay or allow it to go further and lead you. So that's that. May I jump that one first? We might be coming to that now, cause of explanation. What society do you want to live? What society do you want to live? And the people operating foundations supposed to be the one fighting for a better society if really they have a compassionate mind to rescue. Then again, URHONIGBE Freedom March, if you are the traditional chieftains in URHONIGBE community and you are not ready to serve accordingly, please step down. If you are a traditional chieftain in URHONIGBE, you be Okalotu, you be Okakwo, whatever, and you are not ready, because the reason why you were made Okakwo is that when something is happening in the community, you are the one to mobilize, join forces together. Even before that time, always try and have meeting with your people, with your age group. If this thing happens, what do we do? How are we going to solve this problem? Not you fighting people that is speaking out. Down, if we have Okakwo in URHONIGBE, for example, and what is Okakwo? Person that is a head of battle. Then kidnap happen, whatever happen. Then you are now intimidating the people you are made to protect. And one thing I begin to fear about African leadership, any religion or political or whatever, is that they take the poor for granted. They don't know that they are being given a responsibility. Okako is a responsibility. Olotu is a responsibility. Okavo is a responsibility. That is why Okavo in URHONIGBE is acting as a Supreme Court. That's how it's supposed to be. Okavo in URHONIGBE, Okavo's palace in URHONIGBE, supposed to be a Supreme Court. When your family member is trying to settle an issue, the issue is more than them. They carry it out of the family right now to the Supreme Court, where you cannot call elders from Idongo, elders from Idunhe, elders from Okaligba, elders from Idunka, elders from Ididogun. They will not gather to say, automatically your family members right now will not be seen as people that came to come and report the case. We want to report it to a higher authority. That's what it's made for. All those things were formed by our forefathers to make sure that if there is conflict, these people will settle it. These elders you are seeing, is not supposed to be for shenanigans. It's supposed to be to settle disputes among communities, among friends. We were having this thing before courts, whatever. We did it as having court here. This is our traditional court. We are not supposed to even be going to Abuja. If really our tradition, they manage it the way it ought to be. But if you look at it today, it is money. A lot of people don't even know the meaning of Olotu, the meaning of Okako, the meaning of Ohen, the meaning of Odionwe, and the rest of all that. It is you to make sure there is peace. All these are the custodians. These are the people who take care of the community. Before anything will happen, they will swing into action. These people are under normal condition. Any person that come to the area, the audience will go and monitor. If I were my bomb, okay, do see me. But today, reverse is the case for us. Nobody is ready to do anything about his position. Look at URHONIGBE today. Elders selling out their children, colliding with other persons. Look at who you are going to kidnap for us to get money. That night is supposed to be. And this same youth that is growing up today already have that same mind their father has. And where are we going from here? Are you going to also fold your hands and let this thing continue to grow, or you are supposed to speak against it? I don't have personal problem with anybody. Are you owing me? Even I don't even know how to fight my personal problem. The strength God have given to me is to fight for communities. That's what I do. So if you are trying to begin to kind of carry me waka, the ancestors of our land are going to be aware of, because what I stand here for is to make sure every one of us life is protected. So that aside, I'm letting us know, please extend this very message. Okavo of URHONIGBE supposed to be the one protecting every citizens of URHONIGBE. Supposed to be the one. If you want doing consultation, you will call the women. That is what it's made for. But politics have entered into our tradition. Any person will bring money. Imagine some group of persons who go and sell community land. If our fathers, our forefathers sold it, you foresee, sir, please let's begin to calm down and begin to observe and digest things. You can just see now, a lot of you today now, you will not know that this Genesis chapter 1 verse 1, really there is something there. I told you the other time, we are eye opener. We go open your eye. If you are wise, you begin to question it. He said God created the heavens and the earth. Now if we are having it in mind that God is in heaven, he was the one that created. Where God did before he created heaven. Now there is still there. And the Bible says it changed not. It's the same yesterday, today, and forever. That was the area where people feel there is anointing. Anointing is not there. That's why the ways of God is different from ways of men. So stop following all these pastors. who begin to brainwash you. Follow the word, you will understand how to serve this God. Just look at the revelation. It is very clear. A lot of you from now, you begin to understand that this thing is true. It's not the way this pastor, they are managing, most of them. You are naturally endowed in wisdom more than them. You may not know how to read ABCD. You may not be able to quote, but there is extra sense that God has given to you. Natural wisdom. Now, there was a post someone sent to me today. I look at it, I laugh now, I say, people is waking up. Thank God it's a great awakening. Our activism is waking up a lot of people. That's why these people, they always go after freedom fighter. If they know that you are trying to open or create a very good narrative how God wants it to be, they begin to run after you to make sure they draw you down. Now, if we do not, why we not inherit the wealth of Solomon? It can't be saying now Adam and Eve sin, we can't go inherit. Why? Why we not inherit the wealth of Solomon? It can't be saying now sin of Adam and Eve. Now we can't go inherit it. Man, let's begin to change the narrative. If you look at everything that will make us to be okay is in our domain. It's just that we don't know how to create is our problem. Now we are trying to create a different narrative. A lot of people still want us to be living in the BC, where our father were using us for human sacrifice. A lot of people were roasting human beings eating those days. They want us to keep on like that. How is that possible? You have the right, because if you were created to create, you have the right to create the kind of society that you want to live. That is to say, Africans or a dollar, the kind of society that we want is what we are living in today. Because we are not ready to change. Look at Oibo today. Any small thing, they don't come out for protest. America right now, they don't start their freedom convoy. They don't start their own. What are they doing it? All these things you are seeing, it has been like that right from time. If your generation form good, they go use you. They go use you. Life does not give you what you want, it give you what you demand. It has been right from time. Nobody will freely, your oppressor will not come and give you freedom freely. You have to demand for you. If something you have to fight for. Because right from time, it has been between darkness and light. If you look like Genesis chapter 1 verse 2, look at how God, he said there were darkness upon the face of the earth. And the Spirit of God were moving about. Now, what did God do? In that Genesis chapter 1 verse 3, he said, let there be light, and there was light. Now, if God have commanded, let there be light, and your community there is no light, what you also do, you command it. Only God knows the power people of God fight. That we are able, the light we are not stable. That's why they go come, darkness is getting your time. That's why the bad people, they believe in walking in the darkness. Oibo today now, they treat light everywhere. People hardly gather and plan evil. Because it was mandatory, let there be light. They pull light everywhere. If they look at some bullshit, all this area in the night, there is light. Only where they doesn't pull light is inside the sea. If you can't go that side now, you know what you see inside. But they give you a permission to walk in the light. That's why we are children of light. So, children of light, there are society you want to live. So, a lot of things that is happening to us today is how we want it to be. You have the right to change any narrative. This is not working well for me. I have to change it. Now, if you also look at the book of Genesis, chapter 9, about the Tower of Babel, he said the people were with one language. And they made up their mind. Let's build a tower. They not about did they build a tower. They say so that we may reach God. Now that one provoked God inside. That's why that Genesis chapter 9, if you read up to verse 8, he said, God said, let us go and confuse the language. Who were those people where God said, let us go and confuse their language? Who were with God? So let us begin to see the things of God that is our Father, our Father's word. Let's look for it. For example, now your father have money. Maybe there are some documents. My father is richer than this. My father will not just be having 2 flats in Ole Benin. My father do go to Lagos. Let me begin to search for the plan. If you do not search for the plan of your father, you can't get it. Now so God won't be. You have to search for it. That's why I'm still searching until today. I have done my research. I found out that I doesn't need the blood. God told me, you don't need the blood. The word is what is going to help you. Lazy people look for the blood because they want magic. If you look at the people that need the blood, mostly they do bad. You don't need it. You don't need them. Now the word you need. Just the same revelation I'm giving to you today right now. A lot of you will go home right now. On Sunday, you might not even go to church. Because there have been misconception in what they have been teaching you. Jesus Christ did not even say, pray in my name. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. That will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Now, what will is in heaven? What will of God is in heaven? That is to say, most of the time, the heaven we are talking about is a better life you are going to live. That's why we say heaven on earth. Heaven on earth. So God does not have a specific place, does not have a specific image. As I'm speaking right now, God is with me. So we are a spirit. You cannot design my spirit, you can only design me. This was how I was from my mother's womb. The spirit inside of me hates what you are doing. That's why today we are having problem. Though we're here, always see me. Now the I you wearing is not Jesus, it's nobody. It is the spirit. That's why when somebody will die, or you have to make sure you bury that person, so that make his spirit for waka. We are strangers here. We came to come and trade here. That's why the reincarnation. A lot of you today will lead you weary. That's why our father, the spirit of our fathers and our mother are not really effective because of the society they live, because of who they are. That's why people will still say, I dreamt and see my father in the dream. All these mommy water, they are not in physical nature. It's ages to ages, they are there. The power is there, is there. If you do well, you go. A woman were telling me, say they not bury grandmama, he waka enter water. This is a true life story. This is what I was told, but I know the person cannot lie. The person that told me is still alive till today. He said they not bury grandmama, he waka enter water because of Yameno. Now so God take call. Okay, now who walk Enoch? Did Enoch die? He not die, he vanished. Enoch see death, he not see death. The short life we are living today, 70 years, is a glorious exit. It is done by human. It is because there is a special life God has given to us. We deny our nature. You cannot deny your nature and at the same time you want to arrive on time. That's impossible. So we are created to create. God created this heaven and the earth. And after creating it, you are supposed to create your state. That's why today the people create their countries. People create their constitution. Now, what society are you creating? What society are you creating? What narrative are you setting? Now, let's go to, I put it there at the heading. The People Operative Foundation are supposed to be the one fighting for your freedom. Do you know what? There is something that is happening in the society that is not happening well. That's why there are series of foundation. Now, why not go after the thing, the problem that made these people to be poor? If they were to be sincere. That is to say, every person that owns foundation in the whole Nigeria is supposed to be doing far better than what I'm doing. Because right now, you want to fight the cause of that poverty. Now, you are living the cause of the poverty. You are always helping the person. Instead of you to cheat the person out of fish, you are fishing for the person. So how are we going to have a better society? So there are a lot of things that are happening. People are doing it because they are personal selfish interest. Now, will you carry the person to the hospital now? Without not standing up and say, I must fight these people that fight you, I must sue them to court. Because they will beat him again. Now, what makes you to go into foundation or into charity? Well, because our government have failed. And what are you doing about the failure of our government? Do you really have the money to be picking people from the street every day by day, or you talk to the government, either you do this thing, you have a problem. That's to say, the most person that is so charity to this thing in Nigeria is Una the camp. Because you cannot come and take me at you come and be a member of your charity, maybe you come to help me for jam. Because there are job opportunities for everybody. If I thought there is something you are doing, now even though you can come and pick some certain stuff, you have already collaborated with the government and all of that, it's a different thing. But nobody want to talk about the main problem we are having. And these people in Nigeria, they are youth. A youth that was supposed to be a patriot. The very day you start standing defending constitution, I need to say you are defending the poor. Because this constitution, this illness in our society does not affect the rich people. It is the poor man that it affects. So if you really have a compassionate man, and the first charity holder in the whole world, which we know today, was Moses. He has a charitable character. He has pity. What makes you to go? Another word for charity, that you have pity for people. That just it. Now, come on. I don't know whether we understand this. It is critical, really. It's very critical. That's why if you look at the book of Acts, when Mama Dorcas died, they went to go and call Peter in the city of Tow, in the city of Topper, to come and wake up Mama Dorcas. Mama Dorcas, we made coats by herself with ordinary hand and give it to the widow. You know, they collect from Peter, they give, no, by herself. At times, most of the time, what you can give to by yourself is called charity. Not what you collect from A and give it to B. We're not going to occupy. Can you leave your good work? Leave the very work you are. Maybe you are working in NNPC. Leave the work and go into the world. That's why you see our pastors today. They go into pastor because there is money in pastoral whatever. Why they know? Why we not having activists like me who say the truth? All of them will go to altar and preach every Sunday. Why are they not speaking the truth like this? That even your movement can be retreated. They go there to come and tell you about it, and there the Bible you not see no one. What have they been telling us? So these are the differences. It is hard time we begin to combine these dots together. Know the reason why people are doing what they are doing. Majority of them, they are doing for their personal selfish interest. Take half of your salary. Every one of us are into charity. By one way or the other, you are into charity. None of you that does not help anybody in Nigeria. But someone will not get rich because you are giving to him. No, look for somebody and help. It is accessible. Now the problem we have today, who is to talk to our leader, who is to preach about our freedom? Everybody is running. Can Lole Newton do it? Let's assume now we have 10 charity homes in URHONIGBE. All of them, they are doing charity in both America. Have you heard now that a big man from URHONIGBE make an audio and warn all our elders that if you are elder from URHONIGBE or John Way or whatever from URHONIGBE, and you are the one that sold us out, we are going to bring FBI from America to come arrest you. Nobody does it. But there are people who love giving. Fulani Ojo kidnap, now you go pay the money where they ought to release the person. Now, how are we going to stop this thing? How are we going to get this intruder? So every one of us is supposed to be a freedom fighter in only two ways. The very day you made up your mind, you want to go into charity, you are supposed to be a freedom fighter because there is something you are passionate to rescue. Not only rescuing people with money, at least fight that problem that is making our society to be debilitated. But nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about it. But we are gavalanting here and there. Ever since I made this announcement that if you know you are from URHONIGBE, try and see anyhow you can be able to support the women so that they are moving up to go and see the governor to talk about at least cause a lasting solution to they kidnapping people from URHONIGBE. A cousin of mine told me that the people that he have called, their reluctantness, he no believe him. I know some have sent money, but if you were to be charity in Benin, they will start pumping money in. Why not look for, send your brother please, or any person who are me, the number me, or tell me no no we no one you or one more bonnet, who you born money direct. There are ways we can, because nobody is serious. The main problem we have in our society, it is our leader we need to talk about. But people are creating platforms. here and there. At that platform, it is you to extort money from you. And nobody want to change the narrative of yesterday. The narrative of yesterday is what is giving us problem. Nobody talk to them. Look at administration, any administration we had. Nobody want to fight for a better side. Nobody will come and condemn the killings. What are people saying you do today? The same APC who put us in this mess, they are still supporting the same government. Where are we going from here? Do we think this is life? Is this how we both build their society and today you come? How many people that you know where you are that can follow you home and stay tomorrow? That where you are from, it's like you come from Kovu. They say a house where person get for Kovu, you know they let her they show for reward. Carry Oyibo come on for here that's your friend. Go and stay your goddamn country for 6 months if they not kidnap them for your neck. But Oyibo, when you can't see here, how many times something bad don't happen to you? And that is society, everybody is gavalante. We are feeling pompous. And the main problem nobody talks about. If everybody wake up as we take days abroad, say, the life we are living abroad, not be we need to fix up our communities like that. The problem will not be coming for only me. How they want to kill everybody? They cannot kill everybody, but here you are today. It's better you die trying than to die inside the house. If at the end of the day they still kill you, do you know how many people witches have killed? But here I am today. If you feel you want to draw me down, you are drawing your children. Accepting what I'm saying is lie. Accepting the society I'm fighting for. I'm fighting it for my father, my biological father, and my biological mother. So I've seen what is called freedom. Traveling is a part of education. So I have passion today for the people that live in URHONIGBE. Despite my father and my mother, they are not there. Look at the way our mothers came out the other day. I was happy because those mothers, they are my mothers. The good fathers in that, they are my fathers. That's the kind of mindset everybody should be having. But most of you today, you want to go into politics before you start tying road. Look at the book of 1 Timothy. I told you before now, it is the word of our fathers. 1 Timothy 5, verse 17, he said, let the elder that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially those that labor in word and in doctrine. Those that labor, for example. How are we going to continue like this? How you go? What you are going to remember about as a father or as a mother or as a youth in the community is the name that you leave behind. Every one of you, you grow up to come and meet. If we are talking about freedom fighter today, we may mention first and foremost that come to your mind is Nelson Mandela, because Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison. Now you cannot stay in abroad for 5 years because you are fighting for your people. Somebody that collect money from you, you collect 100 euro, out of that 100 euro, to use 10 euro. You feel you are a help person. The more we feel we are pumping money to our society without trying to solve the main problem, what is eating us deep in the state, you are wasting your time. If you like, give scholarship to, look at it now. Hey, I must make sure say I train all my brothers and sisters. You don't trade them now. Now you still the same money to take the child, their wife, come on for hospital. Do you know what? If you have spent part of those money for a better society, today you won't be spending anything. If you like, let all your brothers are graduates. They become idiots. Nobody, no graduates in today in Nigeria, except you say God, that is, God wants your pity, you can't connect you all. The people that know how to shoot gun today, the society of Edo State and Nigeria at large is made for them. If you are a gentleman, my dear, they're not going to share it your hand. They're not going to share it your hand. And not be everybody is not born to do that. There are people, they are just gentle. Their spirit is very gentle. All they don't know how to do, how to go write exam. But today, Okada don't spoil their life because of society. But you felt at the time, the initial mind you were having, if I offer train on my brother for school now, one on chemical engineering, one electrical engineering, one on biochemistry, the other one they study doctor, the other one they faculty of science. At the end of the day, look at the whole money you spend in education. They are still calling you today. Even the work you are doing, you don't suppose don't resign now. You are still spending money. Does it call you say if you just can't see your wife, that your senior brother wife, guys, ogele don't you want me to one before you know your life bill money you go send them. But calculate the millions you spend in education. Do you know why? Not because they be no book. There no even job opportunity. If at all say they create job, how much is the minimum wage? Before they would extend down now go 50 euro for 30 days. There is no way you can even work the money. If the minimum wage of Nigeria remain at 30,000 and you want to work with them, there is no way you can be able to get the whole money where you take go school before you go die. Why this society? So the societal problem is what we should invest on. That's why you have to belong to any group that fight for a better society, not group that you give to A and give to B. My own association today is a charitable association. I have my constitution and I'm doing things according to my constitution. Call CAC and let them tell you. Development will not come in a state whereby they embezzle money. Development will not come in a state whereby elders can just gang up and sell ancestral land for their personal benefit, not for developmental purpose. So it's a part of it. Let people bring up their constitutions, their aims and their objectives, not only pick somebody from the truth. The person you are picking from the truth, what makes the person to be on the truth, you have to also fight that thing. So I'm the only. My association have an account. Do you know how much data I can be like saying 35,000? My association have an account. I don't come here to bother you. Go to the page, the charitable organization. Registered under CAC. Registered under CAC. Now we have to start fighting the thing that make all these people to be suffering. It's what we are supposed to fight. Now why are you not fighting it if you are real? That to say you are not genuine. You guys are not genuine. It's just all about yourself. Come and become enemy to something. At least become enemy to this poverty. And who are the people putting them into poverty? Now you are picking people from the tree because they cannot access road to farm. I mean, no man, you go. Me why am I guy? Even in Benin City. Me why am I guy? Even if so many guys say me. Oh, no many guys say me where that is. Imagine because I get experience. Not be like they talk. Even in Benin City. Not here I don't know. Even in Benin City, he may roll it tire even in the Benin City. Not that the family was not okay. I choose to train myself up like that. Me why me guy? If I delight even looking at me, he may worry agbada. As an African man, you have to all those things have to be in you. It does not take anything out of you. There are experience you also get. I tell you the other day, say, una hearing, but so you go no lie, only clear brain way. You go clear your brain. That's why man not hearing now. You don't feel bumpy kids and always glass. That's soon. Because that we can't cure a high problem, we can't cure in it. You might feel I'm joking here, but it's true. Me why even I'm guy here? I can fry Gary. A son does enough for what me at you. The rest of that people have a problem, but now me, you all hear me where he married those Sondos. I will from Ogida and go to Ogba River. The records are there. Ugbeso Yigbava. Down the Kewan Road. Agbera Deeper Life. None of you know Ogba River. We will go twice in a day. I'll go twice in a day. Wo from Big Man, come on, go tumbling. Ma Ugbeso Mario Selua Yaguala me. Ekena Meriaje we don't Igualere. But today, am I not still fresher than you? Fresher than you. So all hands should be on desk in fixing up our society. Not all about everybody who come to pose. Why are we why are see go? We need more people in this very field of educating our people. The adverse effect a bad society we have on them. The major problem we have today. Okay, who is to talk to our own? Who is to talk to our father that owns cow? Only me when I want to talk. What makes your father, those people that you are picking from the street, their mother run away from the village after experiencing a rape from Fulani? Or where yet Yahoo. They run to Benin City. And if everywhere we are to be good, these people were supposed to be in the village. None of these people in Benin today suffering that doesn't have village. But they can't shame no let them tell you what they go through. how Fulani herdsmen raped them. They can't say it out. But what they can do right now, they come to Benin. When I may have a street, you don't care. Hey, Omana will suffer. Something make that man to be suffering. Something make that children to be suffering. Because no mother in Nigeria will declare our waiting and be a mother going to suffer. Our mother, they labored. Et so why you go? Et so moi, na ouken ya kokemon. Na soin. Na manque don. Awa neru ni me ana ore wa age ta si me again. Ni me kenak polo because it could be. If you are growing up at that time, there is a day I will publish my picture. You will be surprised. How come? I say when I visited Nigeria the first time before I left Nigeria, I was already having a first bank account. So 2009 when I got the me manage, you know. Do you know what somebody asked me? Is it not clerk that they call her? Or they say first bank there. He said, what happened to you here? On a serious note. The people who now they bring command. So any man done. He said, what happened to you here? I swear to God, he said, what happened here? Now it was very serious because he want to know. Because if you see him, I get over it now. Ni yaku. Na yagu feeling. Who saying? Who you where you in school? I did get one of my friends that time. Near Q were there. For TV Road. We go brand fair drink Gary. Maga even we guy in a Torifu then you are from Egosa to trek home because the money will there with you. You want to save it against the next day. You want to save the money with you against the next day. I said the lady asked me, Newton, what happened to you here? Now I say, now suffer. Now I say, that's what you get when you are living in a bad society. You say, my brother, thank God for your life. We'll see how you can change. I will publish the picture one day. You not gonna know me. Hey, they kind of me Nigerian like person where Suleiman open his mouth. He was even fresh. He's even fresher than me as of now. He say his mouth closed since 11 years anyway. Have you seen anything? Have you seen anything? Ekena aru isen aga ike honpa unwe adomwe jini no get the engine spoon we do azolo. Look at your children today. You force them to eat meat. That transformation. And what makes you even force your children to eat meat today? Because you left that society. And you are here, you don't want to fight for a better one. What makes you know where are you when that today now I cannot even eat again? I don't eat meat. We force our children abroad. At times you want to do prayer and fasting in Jesus' name. You want to go for fasting because your children they are not eating meat. You the avatar, goat meat is good for you. Well, mommy, I don't need this. At times I've seen people crying. My son, eat eggy. You there go eat small food, leave the meat. This is what you couldn't get. Most of us suffer what we call vitamin berry. But that is what I feel a lot is happening to a lot of people today. Hey, man, where you got done? Man, they're not, the meat not square. They're not vitamin the food. Anytime now, 20,000 of your baby value ever. Anytime, if you that time. Not be all those fake anytime, the real anytime. You have to walk on that basket to buy anytime when you buy here your wobble. How can someone afford that? Before it was not like that. This is what our society has become. People cannot farm. At least yam, plantain. Our people supposed to be having it bizarre. People now, they cannot even throw away manure there again. In Edo State. Because the little they have, they want to save it. With the virtue that you are an Edo man, you are not supposed to suffer for food. And right now, awareness is already there. Your brother wait there America. I go beg school fees. I go carry you obo. Or my wanana this month you that friend bring, sister go bring. If sister bring for you, you tell her say many I get up. Una dey flex now. God bless you now. But our time is not like that. All of you have boyho now. Tell me how you want. We are who go give them we battle warrior. You go river go first water. You go 2 times. Who born you where you want fat? You can't fat now. But all of you today, you boyho everywhere. Thank God for your life. But why not you that trying to speak against the illness in your society? Our society is like this today. People cannot access road to farm. Who caused it? Let's begin to treat our problems accordingly. Running and leaving home. These people, they have no society for you when you are 60, 65 years. For those of you that will not buy and look at how much they pay you in the person you are taking care of. Can your children afford that for you? Can your children come and be paying who is going to stay with you here abroad? You need somebody to take care of you. But now, for example, my dear, who are Wesike village? Who you go for exercise? You can still be going to farm, but you yourself, you just feel right now, your face can still take Mary Kay, you can still feel eyelashes. My dear, no seba. Where get it total ye tolesita? E can no work away ya neji boa. Who ya neji a company no yak polo. A day of a bonati who what the game nejiva because wawe no. But if the society remain like this, who is to fix it for us? International committee to come and fix it. One of them they have their problem. Now look at what's happening in Ukraine. A lot of you. Let me quickly put this one here as an intel. The reason why I told you guys that you shouldn't worry yourself, you know, in life. In 1991, that was when, I think August 24th, 1991, that was when Ukraine, it was this UN and the rest of them, the deep states, will give independence to Ukraine. Now, if you give independence to somebody, at least follow it up legally. So that where the former Soviet Union, which is a USSR, made them not put eye again. But the Putin feel up to today that he is the owner of Ukraine. That's why he was there in the border. He can even cross the border because no law hold him. He owns the land. It's like when someone sell car to you, he don't give you the paper complete. If you now sign the agreement finish, una write join us okay, contractor the compraventa. Este coche I buy 1,500, you feel land there. If you just do transferential like that, the person can come again tomorrow with Ogboju. Say you never pay him. He only do transferential for you based on you be friends, say you go give and so and so money. That's the reason why you write contract in every car that you buy. Now the contract is not well sealed because this guy never come that time. Putin never come that time. Right now that region, he want every of their land to be reclaimed back to them. That's what you are seeing. What you are seeing. So he not getting to do with you. Now there, the bad government of the day. This Zelensky won't see there. So now from other place that they control, they plant him there as a president of Ukraine. Zelensky, they plant him there. It's like the way UK plant Nigerian government for us. Now so it be for there. So what you are seeing, don't let them to move you. Every territory right now should be shaping out. Like what I told you. A lot of things they will be saying, man, it's not supposed to happen. There have been invasion right from time. People will just come, cut away from your boundary, you know, create another country, you know. Okay, now, look at what Antonio Guterres said. It's there in my page. The Secretary General of UN, he is speaking now that a lot of so as that. He sent a message to Putin. How many messages you don't send to Buhari? Look at Afghanistan the other day here for Kabul. That crisis will happen where the Taliban they take over Afghanistan. Now so the same Guterres sent almost about $1 billion. I think it should be $1 billion. He sent to them immediately. Have they one day talk about Nigeria, not the UN? Have they one day talked about the excessive killing where our president they kill us? Go and you have never one day sent message to Buhari. But now yesterday now put in track. I know say where they see track, so now we're batting they now the track. They can tell you say all those movements of military movements now to repair a lot of things, because if it not happen like that, you don't feel the season there for you the best. So that's the best I can explain to you right now. I need to also save myself because all I've said now my head is day. A lot of you will go and you use the information to enrich yourself and be flexing. Then me and read them there. So that's why I'm talking and read. So that's why you are seeing what you are seeing today. So this very narrative, people are trying to take back their original selves. Antonio Guterres have never wanted to talk about it. The federal government on leeching on the good citizen. The massacre that happened in Lekki Toll Gate. Antonio Guterres, he not talk about them. Antonio Guterres not talk about them. Because their interest is there in the Ukraine. They created Ukraine. The UN is the one that created Ukraine. They forcefully take Russian land away from them. Why would they fight for their land? They will fight for what belongs to them. Mona go hold Putin. Mona go hold on. I know I've called Putin myself to see fire. You know? A lot of these people will create tension. Anything with the top, you know, say they are interested. Now, so they are interested in Afghanistan. No country for the world is cabal. Do you know how much, according to Donald Trump, how much America spends for the past, every year they spend in Afghanistan is $40 billion. American taxpayers' money. Now that is spent for them. Now they spent for them. They carry the good leaders. They carry their face, come months. Look at the Amazonians. They are suffering. The Bradford, they are suffering. What are UNB saying about it? Because they want you to die. Later, hey, I know the leaders who spoil this world. Una black man, una black president, it is that. Yeah, we get so no you know what. It is that. What I call Gaddafi. So they never want you to leave. Now, by the grace of God, you take day here. And they want make your children mature, make they invest them. But the only person today standing on their way is the trumpet, but you won't believe. You won't believe. You feel it's your right God here. If you got no right at home, you can be killed in Letito Gate. Any freedom fighter can be apprehended at any time, put in the prison. ICC, International Criminal Court of Justice, does not even know whether you are existing. Because they own it. But thank God for the trumpet that came and said this nonsense must stop. But they use you up to today again this for you to hate this man, call him a man of racism. That's why the narrative they create, if they want to spoil your name, they create a different narrative. Under normal condition, is Newton supposed to be a friend to any Edo Efulefu? I'm not supposed to be enemy to you. Now, in my course of thinking yesterday, I said this very narrative from Edo State. I went on Dono. Do you know why? They build Edo that the only way they call you a son, it is when you lie. They don't need the truth. God knows this is what the Spirit of God told me. Then I begin to imagine what people have said, what made them to castigate them, and begin to give them manner of names. They might not have presented this well, the way it ought to be. But if person made mistake, you will correct them. My dear, what you have said is true. But the manner in which you say it is bad. It is very arrogant. But they call you enemy because it was created for you to lie and support every evil thing. The very day you will, for example now, I will just comment. Okay, URHONIGBE, I go mention, let's assume. For instance, hey, Gbinigunga talk, hey, I will mention the name. What was the guy now? One man, no way I lack more. Gbinigun, URHONIGBE gele ma. Now, if I come in another sentence that there is stations everywhere, and I come, Gbinigun talk, hey. No one wamudia, sirawe, evo waria, pawe mi anana. They will start calling me bad person. I will of URHONIGBE dana. Why? Because I choose to speak the truth. That is to say, the narrative we have is that do not ever speak the truth. Speak lie. Whatever thing they are doing, call them the best. If you call them the best, you got no problem. So that's why you are seeing it today. Because it was built up with lies. The narrative they give to you is lie. That's why they project their names everywhere. They project their names everywhere. Most of the names you bear today, it is the projection they project it that makes you bear the name. Most of you know that was not supposed to be your name. It was a narrative. It had been like that right from time. But if being that you were created in his own image after his likeness, according to the book of Genesis chapter 1 verse 26, God said, let us make man in our own image. And I am the image of God according to the Bible. We came to come and meet it, that God created us. And we are seeing the sign that God created us. And is this how God's supposed to live? Is the question. If this is not how God's supposed to live, then begin to search out, what must I now do? Like the book of Genesis chapter 9 I quoted before. God said, so that we may go down and confuse their language. It was God that confused the language of the people that were building the Tower of Babel. It was God that confused their language. Because look at it that with this unity, they were really building the Tower. They want to build and go reach up. Now look and know. That one will not happen. It scattered their language. So the same thing people are doing today, our evil bad leader in the world is doing. What they first of all do is to scatter the unity among the youth. That's why you see here, Bokania, blah blah. They are still creating money calls for us not to ever unite together. That's why it come to a time, one time. Thank God for our Queen Mother. Thank God for the goddess who are using people to pray, to make sure the land is seas of blood. All these are just narratives to cause division. Look at when Christianity came. How many times have you ever seen that one church abroad, we both church they fight the other one? But in our own Church of God Mission and House of Fire and Christ Embassy, they don't play. Your GO and the other one go get problem. They want to do program, they invite you, they'll say, no, go that church. All those are narratives. Everything were created to scatter humanity. Everything were created to divide us. Okay, look at the narrative. Why me son? That to say some people are more dangerous. Then I came to come and change it. It is a very fake narrative. That's why anyone that says Benin people not good or some people not good is an idiot. Such a person is an alien. It is senseless. It was a narrative they used to conquer so that we will never play again. It is all this is a just narrative set up by human beings for their own personal selfish interest. That was why when the Roman Empire were not losing power, what they could do was to set up the story of Jesus. They set up the story, they gave you the blood, but they are not using the blood. They are not using the blood. They are not using it, but they gave it to you. You are happy. Up till now, even when civilization is emerging, nobody wants to see civilized. Nobody wants to go to some certain verse of the Bible and question this thing. Why is this thing like this? Hey, man of God, no, don't if you beg a man of God. Man of God, if you beg a man of God, it is anointed of the Lord. Look at Pastor Apostle Johnson Suleiman. Me myself, I said no. He may give a name Suleiman. Therefore, maintain a Suleiman lele osalobo ayabo. Look at disgrace everywhere. Awe kasavage Suleiman, uzandore Suleiman waroi. Now, I'm not believing that it's a true. But this thing always happen to you. Why not be careful of women, Suleiman? Be careful of women, Suleiman. On popularity. The scandal you are putting yourself or too much. Suleiman, he may give a dinner nowhere. I'm not sure your cassava is outside. If your cassava is truly outside, Suleiman, God will punish you. Me the pity for Suleiman. I have to go on dry fasting now for Suleiman. Please. Mona va Suleiman. You're paragmona. I told you one thing. I say Suleiman supposed to be like Solomon. Suleiman is Solomonic in nature. But if Suleiman now he was permitted, if not the Bible way go carry, you know they do all this scandal. Because when I wanna lay Yahweh, honor deity, Suleiman, the man looking at Suleiman naturally is a womanizer raw. Oh, walk by Suleiman. But the Bible way go carry now the retreater. Nabawe. That to say if you are too careful, you become too careless. Suleiman is too careful right now. That's why becoming too careless. I wake cassava Suleiman, a banana get waro even and people are doing a video about it. I cannot come right now and start calling you fake man of God. I'm now advising him now as a friend. Suleiman where we go where we yegbe. Or twagbe. Only you want for this. Only you want for this. Where Jesus? You know, no gamu by Jesus. Huh? All these are just narrative. But before, you can't talk to a man of God though. And they'll just look you say you know you're dead. They put those names there. And why is nobody respecting you as a human? Why is nobody respecting you as a human? At least they should reciprocate back to you. Look at now, America is powerful today because they are democratic value. Because they are the father of democracy. They are the father of democracy. Look at only common word. Even the person that stays in America will be calling people all manner of names because they speak the truth. This man in America, man, because he's an idiot. He don't know what he's doing. And here you have freedom of speech. And these people, nobody have ever wanted to say, just to say, okay, now, because the states were created for you not to ever speak the truth. If you look at the Dogu sons today, let them go into activism. Let me say, don't be only be insulting Obaseki. Talk about everybody, what they are doing, what they are not doing well. Is a traditional institution not supposed to be the one that take care of lands? Because land is traditional or whatever. But look at Ohen today. Who owns Ohen? Who owns Okavo in URHONIGBE? Who owns Okalotu? Who owns Olotu? Who owns Okako? But if you go tomorrow right now and meet a Page Okavo URHONIGBE, they begin to cast aspersion on the elected traditional chieftains in whatever. They may told you he doesn't have respect. And that is the truth. That is the truth. If you look at Tuna the count today, he's in prison. Why is he in prison? Because this truth he spoke. He's in prison today. Why is he there? Because he speaks the truth. Federal government, this is not the best way to live. When he want to call Nigeria a zoo, all of you were wondering, why will he say that? My dear country, Nigeria. But go and look at it today. Killing is happening and APC government is not talking. But our stupid idiot, they are still projecting APC today. And what will only lead to your destruction today, you yourself that is watching right now, it is your lack of knowledge. Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. God was not talking to Satan. He said, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Now, what kind of knowledge do you? You need knowledge about things around you. You need knowledge about things in your domain. This thing, how does it come into existence? Is it not man, according to the Bible, that named all this animal you are seeing? It was man that named all this animal you are seeing. Now, as a man today now, waiting they never give her a name, what are you giving them to? Kaba is not from the Bible. It was people like you who want to fight for freedom and saying, a name should be tied to our leader that is not doing well. But right now we celebrate everybody. Onyisoma Nisi. Onyisoma, this is the most awkward generation I've seen. Most of our fathers, they couldn't travel home. They were just there in the village. For speaking the truth. But we today that they are calling bad person, in the sight of God, we are the best. Because it's a narrative. Thou shalt not talk it. Oh, why not? Why he's not doing his work? He's not doing his work effectively. But you dare not say it. Rather than always reference. Always reference. But in reciprocating, we cannot go to farm in our own land. You not see this Sydney Adolf. Don't you just see you? When you get here, born what? It's great. What is great about it? Let me ask you, what is great about it? Is it your culture that is great? What is great about society? Tell me. Put it in a sentence. I won't block you. I think I saw you here before. Because stupidity now, stupidity now, because it has eaten deep into you guys. Everywhere you were here, but I was advised not to be doing that. It makes me, you guys want to start making me feel as if I'm disrespectful. What is great there? What is great there? Tell me what is great. Great in culture. That you are in those states you cannot go to farm. In your state you cannot go to farm. That the stranger will come and kidnap you. And those kidnappers will say, the elders of your village, they want part of this money. Eh? What is great about that? Sydney Adolf, you should be in abroad. That's why you are using this very network you are using. Please, I beg you guys in the name of God. We cannot continue. Our society is bad. Let's agree once and for all. Let's agree once and for all. Our society is bad. We cannot continue like this. We cannot continue like this. I don't know why we like suffer. Don't you see abroad? Do my very well, I pray no waiting. No doge na ti agmo. No doge na ti leadership. Our politicians do not fit talk to them. Somebody will just kick. Then have one position. Please, my brother, let expose a lot of things. It might be to anybody. Oh, why not what you stand to do what they are meant to do? Please. Let us not always start casting aspersion on people. In my village now, URHONIGBE community, according to the kidnapper, even they sold land to Fulani, 6 million. According to the kidnapper, they went to go and pay ransom 3 days ago here. Let me tell you now, Sydney Adolf. In my own village, in Metan, when URHONIGBE, that the kidnapper, after collecting the money, they said, your people, your elders, some of them owns part of this money. Even the DP of police of URHONIGBE community said it, that anytime he called for security meeting, call some of the elders, who is those ones now? Those ones that are supposed to be representing us. They'll say it's not Fulani, they know they talk because they are collected money. My brother, I beg Lahore. Sydney, I know one may you can't use yourself to collect costs because of say we are great. Yes, we are great. But let's do something accordingly. Okay, you live in Valencia. Okay, if you live in Valencia, the former Ocade of Valencia, you know Francisco came. After Francisco came, then I came Rita Barbara. Waiting make Rita Barbara die for Moncloa for Madrid. See, if you are really kind of you are educated about life, I want to tell you now, the city where you live, the former some years ago, Francisco Khan were charged to court because of suit of 500. I'll be 5,000 euros. Was charged to court. Then Rita Barbara were caught in money laundering. Where King of Spain today, Sydney Adolf. He's on the run. He's in United Arab Emirates. Come and give account of he gonna let you abo. He go zogbe you abo. Iran. Sydney, I beg. Make una support us in this very activism. Forget about all this, you got greatness. Let us not begin to outsmart God. God knows we are suffering. What you marry, manana? Thank God, I was in Valencia last week here. I do come to Valencia all the time. I make a man with Valencia. I was in Valencia last week here also. It's not everything I put on media. I do come there often for special meetings. Rita Barbara, I think 3 years ago, he died because they told her to come and give account. Or Cadessa of Valencia. Honor Wawu. He couldn't face the panel. But where's Oshomola today? Still doing party. You guys are still sharing his video. Vosalobo a book of Matthew. Or will let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Please, let the will of God be done the way it is in Spain. Let it be done in the those states. Wallaho. Sydney Adolf, please, let's forget about this sentiment. At least you should know me. Google me. Google me, please. Where is King of Spain today? Where King of Spain today? He's a King of Spain. Spain is 46 million. 46 million. They are king grand. Let's be very, very careful. Our palace became a den of thieves. Armed robber. Okay, look at, okay now. What we have been saying is it lie. What now happened to this former Omwada? Roland Dehoy. Is it not enough for us to understand that there's something really happening? What COMRADE is really saying? Let's fish out these bad people. Let's fish out these bad people. But what is Owanokwa producing? If no one to know that Roland Dehoy is enough for every one of us to understand. You are in Valencia, then you are speaking like this. One moment. A mí me da mucho pena, hombre. Ese tú es hombre, yo no sé, o sea, eso es una mujer. Así no se van a hacer la cosa. A donde tú, la cosa no es así. Hay que hablar la verdad a veces. I'm using our own language here. Lo que nosotros piensa, la vida no es así. No puedo seguir viviendo así, como un mono, como un animal. Los gente en mi país, los animales aquí en España, tienen buena vida más de gente de mi país. Eso no puedo ser, hombre. Eso es una locura, me da mucho pena. Y tú también tienes que hacer lo que yo estoy haciendo. Y tú vives aquí en España, tú estás hablando así. A mí me da mucho pena, a mí me da mucho vergüenza, hombre. Si tú eres hombre o una mujer, no sé. Así no se hace la cosa. Bueno, vamos a hablar la verdad. Tu vida aquí y nuestra vida en mi país. ¿Qué más mejor? ¿Por qué tú vienes aquí? Para hacer buena vida. Mejor ahora que tú tienes hijos. Manda a tu hijo a su país. A ver que es great empire. Let's begin to search our meaning of something. The Great Britain. Go to Britain today. Queen has special money. He pay for children, but people are still saying don't doing well. I don't understand. Somos vecino. Mimo Gobiano. You are talking about great. Let me just repent and obey people I was supposed to obey. I want to try to see how I feel they respond like this. I pray that God give me the grace, because the thing they pay me, that's not the best way now. Here we are, we have good life. We have good life. Let the will of God be done in Edo State the way it is in Spain. A king of 46 million people ran, come and give account. Iran, all lay. Iran, here we are today because a stigma mu you. My brother, I knew me now. They don't do like this. Who get that target Valencia? They pay me. Madame, tu pay na. Madame, tu 2 hours calenteo me cabeça in statade. Assim não se hace la cosa. Eu não quero enfadar contigo ou insultar-te. Eso eu não quero mais. Eu não quero insultar ni madre de uma pessoa nem padre de uma pessoa. El contrato que yo tiene es a gente que no quiere hacer cosas como son. Hay que respetar la ley. La ley del mundo dice que una persona tiene libertad para hablar. Nosotros no tenemos para hablar. Cuando tú hablas, te lo pone enemigo. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa, hombre? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué está pasando? No puedo hablar. Ni cómo hablar. Hablar, no insultar a nadie. No dice que tira para allá, cabrón, tira para allá, capullo. Solo hablar. Vamos a hacer las cosas buenas. Luego no entra a tu país más. Tú eres una mierda. Tú eres un yoba, tú eres enemigo de yoba. ¿Eso qué es? It's a very big pity. So good everyone, and God bless you. Thank God I've already introduced you just see. Sidney Adolf, he's paying. Or what about what done? I won't lie you, that very comment you wrote or done. Or the a state where you are there, the governor of the state, they called her, come and give account. Maybe other points in that woman died. He died. 3-4 years ago here. Francisco Camp, the guy that was there about 6 years ago, they sued him to court because of suit. Because they are closed now, where they will investigate it. If I start driving Ferrari right now, they want to know where I get that money from. But here, where anybody can just go, you sell land. But we are here suffering. I think, Sidney Adolf, Valencia man frio que a donde está soy yo ahora. Valencia man frio. Y tú puedes aguantar los fríos si tú no pontes mucho ropa y jaqueta. Tú puedes aguantar los fríos. Tú sabes que los tiempos que está sufriendo aquí en su país, no, eso no es igual. Tú tienes buena ciudad. Hay mucho sol, todo es regular. Aquí cuando es frío, frío bastante. Cuando es calor, calor bastante. My dear, take them easy. All this sentiment will not help us. Let us travel to Nigeria right now. Maybe me go even hard past you. Where me go see poor do you go, hey bros. It be like say all these boys be like say that they come over. How long are we going to continue like that? If I come on here now, me don't they drive, they go. Who want we come and will let me now? We should know how Europe here function. Before you know now, but I just call them. 2 minutes they don't they here. Our road is not motorable. Then we shouldn't talk to these people. Only what the people we have right to talk to are the government. And people are putting bid to even oppress the government for the government not to function. That's the kind of society. É cidade que eu quero. É cidade, é comunidade que eu quero, é comunidade boa. Cada um acessa coisa sem medo. Tu és em solteira, tu tens medo como tu és em guerra em Afeganistão. Tu viaja a su país agora. Miedo cada lado, miedo. Anoche uno hijo, tu hijo te lo avanzas así, mamá, hay que entrar a la casa a la noche, a las 9, la ciudad no está bueno. Pero aquí en España puedo andar como quiero. Look at it today. Where we go from here? I bet more not they use sentiment to do things. Let be real from my heart. I choose to be real. Close to 20 years away from home. Traveling is a part of education. I've been able to differentiate between what is happening in my country today and where I am. There is no place like home. I think the power, they never increase on a light bill for that side. You there, if you don't work for 1 month, you cannot fund your bill. If you doesn't work for 1 month, you cannot fund your bills. It's like when I was just saying it, maybe in a rent, you rent your house. Now, person where you rent a house, no, where at the time, maybe you don't build a hotel for Nigeria. You better pass on, but you rent house here. We go Nigeria, we not spend past 1 month. Un mês, aí que vou ver. Los Inglaterra vienen aquí, a vivir aquí como su país. Los noruegos vienen aquí, a vivir aquí como su país. Los suizos vienen aquí, a vivir aquí como su país. Tú no puedes viajar hasta ahora en su país. Vive ahí 2 meses. No puedo. Porque miedo terrorista en todo lado. Policía no es policía. Militar no es militar. Los amigos no es amigo. Los familiares no es familia. Todos somos como una bruja. Where are we going from here? And you are afraid of everybody. Please, let's take it easy. He said righteousness is just a nation and sin is a reproach. The only way we can be able to fix up our society is it true. We have to be truthful to ourselves. The will we have here in Europe, let it be done also in Nigeria. Look at all of us today. We are still traveling away from home. Guess today now where just they grow they come. Where they age of puberty. They are planning on leaving the country. Look at everywhere today. Ritualism. How many ritualism have we seen? We both keep hesitating, they do money. How many have we seen? Please do not insult here, please. Just let's take it easy. We are trying to please Sydney Adolf. Mona stop and Pastor Sars, please. Mona forgive each other back. Now I guess that wherever place Sydney Adolf will go tomorrow, I don't think he will ever say such a thing again. The spirit of freedom will enter everybody one by one. So I choose to just listen to the advice of people I respect so much. Because it's not my kind of person to be laying curse on innocent people. But rather than any time I see comment like this, I will just divert from the topic and I just advise the person. If you like, you take it. If you doesn't like, you saw us in Russian and Mamayana. And you know we are doing Maya. We will see whether it's great later. We will see whether the comment is correct. Whether it's really great. But let's take it easy. Let's not fight ourselves. And you know, they are happy when you come to platform you are fighting. They're going to change. They will never change. They are happy. So more than they carry other people's sin they put for head. Their children cannot even do what we are doing for them now. Their children will be ashamed tomorrow. The society in Agrivian, what they are doing right now, their children will repeat. Go and mark it. It's a very great awakening. Nobody want. For how long are we going to continue traveling abroad? For how long are we going to continue traveling abroad? Just as can anybody go to Ukraine now again? Can anybody go to Russia now? What about the European tomorrow? They cut off immigration from coming to this place. How we want to do our life? Do we have a system that will control everybody? I can pensar isso. Do we have a system that right now they cut it off? Even with visa, you cannot come here. I know most of all you have the 10 years. It's a very good one. No matter we have your 10 years, it's not everybody that can afford it. Or 20 years, you will deport it. There's no. Let's fight. Let's join us together. If somebody they do waiting on behind, and maybe I just come here to talk anyhow. I have explained this thing before I start talking some certain things. You watch the video from beginning. I'm not that I'll just come to insult people. I have a lot of information about people, private information. I don't talk about it. Why they may not want the private life of anybody. No, I don't talk about it. What they are doing in the public domain that we are seeing. The reason why we are living, we have to begin to prove it. Please. If I've even started insulting you right now, maybe it will not make you realize, but it may in you well. 2 hours plus me have fear Valencia from where I am here. From Valencia to this thing, now maybe 2 hours. If na Nigeria, you go drive in 5 hours. Because you feel not pass toll gate if you go Valencia. There are where you pass, you don't pay toll gate. Auto Barcelona don't pay toll gate. Because roads are everywhere. But our own Lagos road is Lagos road. Biniore is Biniore. One they block Biniore now. Where you want pass go Lagos. Because no other road. But here you can pass through so many places. You can pass through Albacete, you can pass through Alicante. About 4 ways to get to Valencia. 4 ways to get to Valencia from where I am. If you know road, one is more slow. You pass inside city. They go from one city to the city. From one city to the city, you go past inside Chativa, inside the main city, past Cuyera, all those Dativa and all Cuyera, all those are far. You do we must say Valencia, you know. But there are you pass either through Albacete, that one, or you pass through the main Alicante, Valencia. You go pay for toll gate. So we have a very good system here. The will of God that is in Europe, we want to be for Nigeria. Our people are dying, and we are here about Dima. People don't know. You think these people, their system is made for you. All these people way they see no matter the war you we. I made them an emo because their system permits it. As soon as you are 18, you buy house, government they maybe you carry loan about 120. When you are 40 years, you don't already pay and finish automatically. By 40, 42, you are already free, you have your house. The system permits it. But not be 40 years, full of 40 with the see for Nigeria. 40 years, all you pay again. Tell people you have trained in school. All till today, after spending millions of naira for education, you are still paying the hospital bills today. If their wife born, you they'll still call. Are they Alicante? Are they Alicante? So please let's take it easy and let's be truthful for once. Let's not begin to follow the narrative on ground. Before you start casting aspersion on people, look at what that person is doing. As I tell you that now. I saw that thing yesterday, my team here. Where Cassava Suleiman was banana day outside. What's wrong with this man? And Suleiman was supposed to be Solomon. Right now we are praying for the sin of Adam, but the word of Solomon, Massima. But look at everything where they give to us now. Sin of Adam and Eve, the Garden of Eden. Emma Wario Yayina. Oh, Wayima suffer, Yima Loto Lawebo. Mediterranean Sea, not the Valencia there. Go. How many times you don't see a body they content for shit? This system is not made for us, so we just can't do trade. If you feel this system made for you as a 60, 65 in a bank, you go know what thing they talk about. The system is not made for you. It's not get one be, it's not made for you. Left it up as society. Either we do it now, or we miss it, or we suffer forever. We suffer forever. May God not let your children now also. This say now your children go carry your load the way you take carry your man load. Or why you go bobana for? I ain't deka so awela. Maybe vama deka awela. Porque no punish vida em linha. Eso não me decalo. Habla com sua mamá que não entra na casa má. Your wife where your son marry, you go tell your mama not enter here again. They do it. They don't get time. Oh, but where you with the papa go they watch maybe Basama. If papa you happy to say maybe in de Madrid. If papa de Basa. If Basa you the dreambo. If papa you the hey. You go say papa kayate hombre cojones. Call the puta. In your son, maybe your children can't go get that character. He go say that willa. Habla su mamá que no entra la casa man. God there. Cojones. Sydney, you are hearing everything I'm saying. What about when it now comes like that? Then what are you now going to do? You just say your children go bump king. They'll say may their grandchildren come stay with you. No one baby, I know a microwave. Iro, why get dollar women? May they made the great there. Or what great? Me, I know. What is great about it? Okpeni. I be a monocorean Okpeni swear. My they are not believe in Okpeni. It is great when it's able to. Let me tell you, if Africa were to be a woman, she's a useless mother. If Africa were to be a father, is an infidel. For it. If, for example, a Edo State, now woman, now job be a Edo State. Ije no man egbe. If a Edo State na papa, era negwa kokomono. If ya wulo yeze na. Okoko, okoko. O me wan sedo. Okoko. Okoko at least. I mean, I have a roy you. That's the best way I can explain it. I'm talking about the society. Mona not take a person now. Look at it today now, no future. Our kidnapping, why? Do you know the threat every one of us is going through? Our phone number is +34 631 056284. Our phone number is +34 631 056284. And my name is COMRADE the Archbishop of Activism, the hero for democracy and ambassador for good governance. I reiterate again, today's date is 24 February, Thursday, 2022. It's a year every one of us must live to remember. For those of us that are interested, maybe you want to follow us on our YouTube, it's IAICP Spaces then TV. IAICP Spaces then TV. By the grace of God, I'm the president and founder of this very platform that you are watching from, the International Association for the Improvement. We want to improve of colored people. #equality. So do have a nice day and God bless you. Take care of mucho todo el mundo. Ciao.